Happy Monday, T Squad. We are deep inside the federal trial of Sean Diddy Combs, a case that could truly define his legacy and maybe even cost him his freedom. He's staring down charges of schmex trafficking by force, racketeering conspiracies, and transportation to engage in prostitution. For weeks, the world has been listening as prosecutors paint a picture of a dark world hidden behind the velvet ropes of fame and success. They allege Combs led an organization that schmooze, threatened, and coerced women into a horrifying cycle of exploitation. Combs, on the other hand, has pleaded not guilty to everything, insisting his relationships were consensual and that he's not the criminal mastermind the government is making him out to be. But with the prosecution's case wrapped up, we're breaking down the most damning evidence, the most shocking testimonies, and the moments that could sway the jury and seal his fate for good. So T Squad, let's get into all of the piping hot tea from the prosecution's last week of testimonies and evidence.
Maybe we had a great time, stay in the light. It's all good. Get your rest. You are the pipe. That's my new name for you, pipe. Or should I call you CP? But yeah, I want you to stay in the light. You know what I'm saying? We had a very, very good time together. Like so much fun. So much fun. Now go rest up. Get in your bag. You know what I'm saying? Got your contract. Find a nice little spot. Put your mind at ease. And yeah, I had a great time. And I really, really want you to get some rest. I didn't know about you throwing up and all that. That's when I was like, hold up a second. All right, get some rest, baby. Love.
So that was audio of Diddy leaving a message for Jane Doe, who we all suspect to be 50 Cent's baby mama. And basically the context of that audio is him saying, you know, they had a good time while they were on vacation together. Apparently they had a freak off or whatever. He's telling her to rest up. She got her contract. She got her a place or whatever. So they basically got things in order where she's about to be, you know, one of his freak off girls or whatever. And he was just talking about how they had a great time and, you know, he can't wait to do it again, pretty much. And her new nickname was going to be Crack Pipe. I don't want no man calling me no dang on crack pipe, okay? Like, I don't even want it to be that good to you. I don't even want to be that good to you for you to feel comfortable calling me something like that. Just crazy, wild, okay? Wild. Then an ex-girlfriend of Diddy's has stepped out and taken the stand. Her name is Chelsea Lovelace, and she has revealed her identity in the lawsuit she filed last year, accusing the mogul of drugging and sexually assaulting her during their relationship. Initially filed under Jane Doe in September 2024, Lovelace is now moving forward publicly, telling Rolling Stone, "This is about dignity. This is about accountability. There was a time I truly believed we shared something real," Lovelace said, "but over time that illusion shattered. What I once thought was love and loyalty quickly turned into manipulation, control, and a schmooze. I was not seen as a person with a soul, but as a pawn in a much larger game." She continued, filing this lawsuit first as Jane Doe and now as myself is not an act of revenge. It is an act of release, of standing in my truth, of choosing healing over hiding. That's a bar. In her updated complaint, Lovelace claims Combs repeatedly pushed her to have freak-offs, gave her schmugs, including ketamine and ecstasy, and at times recorded their schmexual encounters without her consent. She says she would often black out, and wake up with bruises or bite marks with no memory of what happened. She also alleges Combs was controlling, pressured her not to work, and once drugged her at his Miami home during their last in-person visit in July 2024. Wow, he was still seeing her, as well as allegedly 50 Cent baby mama, all while messing around with Carisha. Like, how many women were he having schmecks with? Ew, gross. Anywho, I was in and out of consciousness that night. I'm just gonna say yes so he leaves me alone and I'm never coming back. Combs has denied all allegations. His legal team said in a statement, no matter how many lawsuits are filed, it won't change the fact that Mr. Combs has never schmexually assaulted or schmex trafficked anyone. Chelsea Lovelace is seeking compensatory damages and attorney fees. Well, I guess we'll see where this situation goes, if she has any physical hard evidence of any of this. But baby, it is just one thing after another for this schmexual deviant, because that's exactly what he is. He is disgusting, okay? Gross. Also, during Diddy Schmeck's crimes trial, anonymous witness Jane testified that he allegedly threatened to leak drug-fueled Schmeck's tapes of her to the father of her child. Yeah. So AUSA says, please make sure Robin makes sure that rent is paid. This is, I guess, somebody on behalf of Diddy. Sankar as KK. Robin said her rent was paid. AUSA, what is this? Sankar, an image found on Miss Corum's phone from December 28th, 2023. A photo of a cell phone screen. It says, I lost work opportunities. Sankar as Jane. You broke me. You asked me what I needed to move on, and now you're upset. AUSA. Who are these between? Sankar as Jane to KK. That's Christina Corum. He said he would send the tapes by my baby daddy. I'm traumatized. He asked me who I'm seeing over and over. So I'm assuming that this is a text conversation with 50's baby mama, and he's the baby father that Combs was allegedly threatening to send Schmeck tapes to. Sankar as Jane, he said he'll send the Schmeck tapes to the father of my child. On them, I'm drunk. I'm beyond hurt by him. AUSA, what does Miss Corum say? Sankar as KK, I haven't spoken with him. AUSA, in these photos of a cell phone, can you read them? Prosecutors during their last week of testimonies introduced a 2013 text exchange between Diddy and then girlfriend Cassie. Yeah, let's get into that. So it reads, this is from a correspondent that was there in the courtroom from the Shade Room. It says the jury is shown messages of how Diddy staff planned freak-offs for him and Cassie. Various messages show Diddy's former assistant and former chief of staff, Christina Corum, discussing getting $4,000 in cash, adding an escort's name to the hotel room, and the need to re-up on baby oil. I would think that he had enough, considering all the baby oil we saw. In other messages, Corum discussed hotel damage fees, saying your damage charges on the one hotel are always high. Separate messages show discussions about buying schmugs from a schmug dealer they called Guido. Christina Corum, Puff, can you text Fa what you need him to pick up before his flight to Miami? Diddy responded, Molly, 15 pills. Text messages were also observed showing that D-Rock, Diddy's security guard, reached out to check on him after Cassie's lawsuit. D-Rock, I need to hear your voice, bro. I love you. Diddy, thank you for checking on me. Really appreciate it. Love you. This was November 19th. Jury sees messages of Diddy attempting to reach out to Mia, his former assistant and accuser who testified in the case in 2024. D-Rock to Diddy, hey bro, she hit me back. I'm trying to call her now. This was February 4th, 2024. Diddy, let me know when you reach her. Diddy to Mia, hey Mia, it's Puff. Let me know when you get 10 minutes to talk. Love. Diddy to Mia 3 days later, hey, I don't want to be blowing up your phone. Just needed to talk to you for 10 minutes. Just need my memory jogged on some things. You were my right hand for years, so I just to speak to you to remember who was even around me, and it would be good to hear your voice, but if you don't want to, all good, just let me know. Love, hope you're well. So basically what the prosecution is trying to show is that he was reaching out to people to potentially try to sway them if they were called to testify against them. The defense began their line of questioning. Teeny Gergeros gets the paralegal specialist to confirm that D-Rock mentioned Mia's phone rang as if she were out of the country, and also that there are no records showing Combs called Mia after the above message. Various messages from Jane, who previously testified in the case, were reviewed. One message from around Valentine's Day in 2022 showing Jane telling Coram she was excited to surprise him. Different messages from 2023 show Jane resisting some plan set up, saying to Coram, my answer to him is no, and it's still no. Paralegal specialist Ananya Sankar leaves the stand. Next witness, Special Agent Delesa Penland is called. Special Agent Penland testifies that she was tasked with reviewing data and charts, part of the investigation to make sure information was accurate. Prosecutors asked the agent to look over flight records belonging to Jules Theodore, one of the escorts Diddy and Cassie frequently hired for freak-offs. Text shows that Diddy messaged Jules about scheduling travel from New York to LA. The agent says, according to the message, the meetup happened at the London Hotel sometime between December 11th through the 14th of 2009. So this is where the schmex trafficking comes into play, because he had these escorts going across state lines to perform schmexual acts. Court should be resuming from lunch break shortly. Court is scheduled to end at 3 p.m. today. An invoice of almost $800 was reviewed in court from the Trump International Hotel after a hotel night with Cassie and Diddy was reviewed in court. The jury reviewed messages between Cassie and Diddy. Videos were also played under seal, meaning the jury could see and hear the footage, but not members of the public. So this was a freak-off tape. Also, during the start of the 6 week, as the start of the 6th week of testimonies in the Diddy trial, prosecutors introduced a 2013 text exchange between Combs and then girlfriend Cassie Ventura. In the message sent on January 11th, Combs asked Ventura if she wanted to belatedly celebrate Christmas with a freak-off. You horny, Combs texted. LOL, yeah, Ventura replied. Would you want to celebrate Christmas and have a freak off tonight or Friday? He continued, adding that he had her Christmas gifts for the singer. Wow. Later in the afternoon, the court was shown 2 pieces of video evidence. The first lasted 11 minutes, the second nearly 40. Only the jury, legal teams, and the judge were allowed to see and hear the footage using private screens and headphones. The contents of the video remain sealed from the public record, but their inclusion marks a significant turn in the government's case. As we reported earlier, Judge Arun, I ain't even gonna try to pronounce that man's last name, dismissed juror number 5 due to what he described as serious concerns as to the juror's candor. Yeah, so one of the jurors got dismissed from the case. Also via the Shade Room, from day 25, they reported the day began with Diddy's former assistant, Brendan Paul, taking the stand to invoke his Fifth Amendment right. The judge is expecting to sign an immunity order before his testimony. He is expected to testify at some point today. Special Agent Penland continues testimony. She was in charge of analyzing data and charts from Diddy's case for accuracy. Flight, hotel, and text message records were reviewed from freak-off nights with Cassie and Diddy. Diddy's American Express card paid for travel for escort Jules, Cassie sent the flight info to Jules via text and thanked him. So yeah, that once again plays into the schmex trafficking. Other records show 5 different bank accounts paying for the sum of another man named Dave's hotel stay and travel. Diddy's American Express was charged for his round trip from New York to LA. Records showed that a guest asked for an additional room at the time. The charges were paid off by various accounts, including some with affiliation to Bad Boy Entertainment and Combs Enterprise. Ooh, now see, this is where the racketeering comes from, because you can't use company funds and things for your schmexual exploits. So I firmly believe that at this point, I think that the prosecution has done a good job of showing that he was involved in racketeering, in schmex trafficking, in arson, all of those things. I think they have a pretty solid case on their hands. Hotel invoices showing damage fees Diddy paid for were also reviewed in court. In October 2012, $46,789 was paid to the Intercontinental New York Times Square Hotel for penthouse damage. Ew. A different bill from the Beverly Hills Hotel showed a fee for $500 due to damage of the drapes and carpet, and a $950 deep cleaning fee from the Hermitage Hotel. Ew. Ooh, I would have hate to be the person that had to clean them rooms. Records from the Intercontinental Hotel incident between Cassie and Diddy were reviewed. The records show after the schmaltz Diddy called Cassie 5 times within 22 minutes. Cassie did not answer these calls. He also sent a message to her claiming he was about to be arrested. The defense begins their line of questioning. They review messages that were not included in the evidence charts. A message was shown where Cassie said, "I'm so horny I can't concentrate. I'm going to Dwayne Reed. Pack us a bag." The special agent agrees that message was not included in the chart. Various messages were reviewed between Cassie and Diddy regarding planning for freak-offs. The agent also revealed she did not see records to prove a meetup on New Year's 2016 or 2017. On redirect, prosecutors reviewed message where Diddy messaged Cassie an apology after the Intercontinental incident. Diddy said, "Baby, I can't say it enough. I'm so sorry." Cassie later responded, "I still have crazy bruising from Friday. I would be a dummy to subject myself to that possibly happening again." Cassie also said, "When you get effed up the wrong way, you always want to show me that you have the power and you knock me around. I'm not a rag doll. I'm someone's child." Oh my word. Wow. So sad. Now the next video I'm about to show you guys is audio of Cassie threatening a man who said that he was going to release a schmex tape of hers to the public. And this was via the defense trying to show that Cassie was also violent.
No, I will if you don't show me right now. I will you and I will hide you and I will cut you up and put you in the dirt right now. Pull it up. If you have it, pull that up. Because if not, I'm going to you and then he's going to you again. So just do it. Pull that up right now. You got that pull that up. I'm going to you. You don't understand. I don't give a I've never anybody in my life, but I will you because you're with me. You're with me in my life right now. If I saw a video of you doing anything that you didn't want people to see, I would show you the video so you could tell me what the happened. You're playing games with me, telling me you saw some now you're saying you didn't see some you're with me. I'm going to you up. I don't think you understand. And it's not going to be my hands, and it's not going to be blood on my hands. Someone else is going to do it. So you have to tell me right now, and I'm recording this whole shit. FYI, tell me what the you're talking about. Because this is not cool. We're not playing. I'm not playing with you, Sujit. Like, you saw some yes, you're my brother. Be my brother and tell me what you saw.
You're gonna be able to find it?
Now, I don't know if this was her real actual brother or a friend that she called brother, but I mean, I guess I can see why the defense tried to bring this in to show that, you know, she's a violent person or whatever, and she threatened to unalive somebody. But if I was in her position too, I would have probably been saying the same thing, you know, something that could eventually you know, in my career, you know what I'm saying, embarrass me in front of the public. You got to remember, this was a totally different time when all of this was going around. Like, her career would have been destroyed. So I personally could care less that she was threatening this person. I really honestly could care less. I really honestly could. Like, hey, it is what it is. Now, this next video clip is from when Diddy went on the Chelsea Handler show back in the day, and people are saying that it is so obvious that he was high as a kite. Let's take a look.
Diddy Combs sometimes got high at inappropriate times, like during a board meeting, and once during Chelsea Handler's TV show, his ex-assistant testified.
Chelsea, I have been waiting to get here.
Seriously.
I'm talking about, man, it feels so good to see you face to face.
Oh yeah, he was high.
It's interesting that you've been waiting to get here because I've been waiting for you for an hour. Thank you, ladies, by the way, for being on time. I appreciate it. And you, girlfriend, need to work your
Check this out, baby girl. Good things come to those who wait. You feel me?
All right. So you're in love a lot.
Yes, I am. I must admit, that I'm the what's that girl? He's just not into you.
He's
He's a hopeless romantic.
Yeah, I'm the girl that was, you know what I'm saying? Like, I need.
He's the girl.
Really? He's the girl?
I need the.
You know what, Chelsea?
I need, but all this is not gonna work. I mean, all what you're doing right now. I mean, you need to just come on and give in, baby. It's all right. All of that. It's not.
Fucked up.
I mean, you've never met me. I know you've heard different stories and things about me, but this is it live in the living color. And this love thing, you gotta understand, for me, is like my kryptonite. It's like I haven't been successful at it, but it's like I need it.
I get it. I get it.
Sean Diddy Combs sometimes got high.
Yeah, he was high as a kite. So this was a perfect thing for the ex-assistant to bring up to show evidence that, yeah, he used to get smashed, okay? You know, when he gets to saying, hey, baby girl, that's when he been offended. He about to turn up, but you have to remember he was on live television. But yeah, that's that threatening voice that he used to get with the girls on Making the Band and stuff like that. And then lastly, in my last bit of evidence, I want you to take a look at this video that pretty much alleges that maybe Kim was involved in freak-offs, allegedly.
This commenter is absolutely right. I don't know how I missed this in the trial. Capricorn testified that she used to set up hotel nights once a week for Kim and once a week for Cassie. Different hotels, different... So she's saying that Kim was dealing with the same crap. Capricorn was setting up rooms for both of them. She was putting the same stuff in both the rooms. She's going to Kim's room afterwards to sweep for stuff and finding it in disarray with handprints in oil. And Diddy had Kim all up in the madness. I didn't think it was happening with Kim. This feels different. This comment.
Child, was a lot happening with Kim. A lot. And I think so much that that's why she's not here today. And hearing the fact that Capricorn, somebody that worked with Diddy, testified that he was doing these things with Kim, I do not understand how Al B. Sure's son is still sticking by this man's side. Yeah, I know he helped raise you. He's been a second father, first father, whatever you want to say to you. But like, dude, wake up and smell the coffee. It's hitting you right in the face. This man was terrorizing your mother, probably up until the day she passed away, which I heavily believe he had something to do with. Heavily. It's sad. It really is. T-Squad, for several weeks now, we've watched the prosecution build its case piece by painstaking piece. They've laid out a story of power, control, and systematic abuse backed by emotional testimony and a ton of digital evidence. They believe they've proven beyond a reasonable doubt that Sean Combs was the leader of a criminal enterprise that left a trail of broken lives. The defense has now gotten the opportunity to tell its side of the story, to argue that this is all about personal failings and messy relationships, not federal crimes. The jury will soon have to decide which version of the man they believe. Is he the cultural icon who built an empire, or the criminal kingpin who ruled it with fear? The verdict won't just decide the fate of Sean Diddy Combs. It will send a massive shockwave through the entertainment industry no matter what happens. Diddy's empire is now hanging by a thread. What do you think will happen next? Let me know in the comments below. And for more updates on this trial as the defense begins its case, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. I love you guys, and I will see you on the next video. Bye.